Going good? Going good? Okay. Coach, go ahead.
Well, guys, appreciate your time as always. Man, proud of our guys tonight. Man, I really think in all three phases you can show that we're growing, right? We're by no means where we need to be yet, but really believe that our team is learning and growing every week. And so thankful to be able to coach this team. Thank you, Jesus, for the opportunity just to be around a great group of guys, man, a great group of coaches that can have an impact every single day. And in a game like that, I mean, obviously, first and foremost, had some big, injuries in the game that we're going to still obviously have to look into and figure out exactly what their availability is going to look like going forward. I don't have that information now, but I do want, Bronco Nation to understand, when Jaden Mickey got hurt and I go on the field to check on him, and, it was obviously a rough injury, but going through this process with him and with our trainers, they did a phenomenal job with him. All he kept saying, even as they're doing tests on him and checking to make sure obviously everything's good with an injury like that, all he kept saying constantly was, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And he just said that on repeat as it's a scary moment. I mean, at that point, I don't know what's going on, right? We're going to get some more. I believe he's doing much better. And obviously you could see when he left the field, he put his arms in the air and was feeling better. But obviously we'll still find out more. But that kid's a warrior, man. I mean, he's lost his mom. He's been through a lot, and he's a phenomenal kid. When he was in that moment, when life is so hard, and the first thing he went to was, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, man. That impacted me just as a man, not even talking about as a football coach. He touched my heart tonight, and I'm going to be better for it going forward. So had a couple other guys get banged up in the game. Guys, I'll find out more about injuries and know more. Obviously, I was for a press conference on Monday. But, man, proud of our team came out and was on the attack. Just like anything, there's going to be a lot to improve on. What I talk about does not mean that we've got to figure it out. We don't. But proud of our team learning and growing. They had a really good week of practice, and proud of us working on things that we know we needed to, right? Proud of our defense tonight. Right? Playing the number 3 passing offense in the country. And I get asked a ton about stats and the pass defense and all these things. I think they had 60 yards, and we had 2 pick sixes, right? So, once again, doesn't mean we're perfect yet, but that shows growth. I'm proud of our coaches, proud of our players making plays. Got a lot of pressure on the quarterback. We're able to play a lot of players tonight, which is huge for our locker room, and more importantly, huge for the development of our team. Right, this is a long season. We got to keep growing our squad. So proud of our guys flying around. I mean, Ty Benefield had a ton of tackles. He flies around. It was awesome for Amarion and Bowen Phelps to get those 2 pick sixes. Sherrod Smith had the pick at the end of the game. We had a sack fumble. I mean, we had 4 turnovers in the game, which is a huge part of winning football. And so just proud of the relentlessness they play with. It was good to get Coach Shenander on the sideline, too. I mean, we had a good talker in the week. Coach Shenander is a great defensive coordinator. I mean, he's going to put our players in really good spots. At the end of the day, defense comes down to playing with effort, mentality, and doing your job. And we needed more of that. And I'm proud of it coming, right? Was that the only reason we played good? No, but it's part of it. And he brought a lot of juice on the sideline, just like all our other defensive coaches. And our guys responded, man. They really carried the torch, and I'm proud of them. Offensively, man, Maddox banged up. Wasn't able to practice consistently last week and came out and played really well. Smart with the football, had no turnovers. Had a lot less self-inflicted negatives in this game, right, which I'm proud of. That shows growth from our squad. Obviously, we had a couple drop balls, a couple things that we need to fix. But I'm proud of the relentlessness we played with. Proud of how we were able to get a lot of guys the ball. Latrell Caples, 2 touchdowns, earned and deserved. I mean, that dude practices his tail off, makes the hard block, plays on special teams. Latrell Caples deserves a lot of credit. Our offensive line did a really good job, too, at the point of attack. So a lot to build in. And I'm proud of Colton Boomer, man. Continue to kick touchbacks is huge. We were able to get a field goal, which we haven't had to kick a field goal in a little bit, which was huge to get one through the uprights. And proud of our guys. Obviously, we had the big return on our punt return, which was good scheme by them. They had a ghost returner. Hats off to App State. So proud of where we're growing. Obviously, a lot of work to do. Bronco Nation was elite tonight. I mean, we got the best fan base in the country, period. End of story. I don't care where we're going, where we're playing. There's no better place to play college football than on the blue in Boise, Idaho. So proud of our fan base, and we love you dearly. So with that being said, open up for questions.
I know you can't get specific on Mickey, but I mean, obviously looked very scary there. I mean, can you at least say that he's okay?
Yeah, he's okay right now.
Okay.
I don't know to what extent, but even when he left the field, BJ, he was moving his limbs, right? He was moving his limbs. So I have not gotten an update. I know he's in the hospital and he's in good hands. Obviously, I'm going to check on that immediately after this. But he is doing okay for sure, right? And like I said, even when he was leaving, he was He was saying, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." He was in a positive mindset, even in a really tough situation.
Obviously, it can be an emotional training moment. How do you see the way your players responded after that?
Yeah, it's a close team, man. I believe, like it says in the Bible, man, where there's unity, God commands a blessing. And our team's close, right? We still got to continue to get closer, right? We still got to continue to grow that. But even in that moment, man, the amount of guys that the second that cart left the field, the amount of our players like, we're doing this for Mick, we're doing this for Mick, we're doing this for Mick. I think that shows a team that loves each other.
We talked all week, Spencer, about their passing offense, how QB's got an NFL arm, keep him to 63 yards in the first half and a single yard in the second half. I guess when you hear that, just how impressive is that from the defense?
So proud of our coaches and our players. I mean, and that's the reality of a college football coach and a college football player, right? And media, fans, supporters of our program, right? You look at stats or how something goes, and we do too, right? But at the end of the day, we're here to pour into these kids, and our players read the same stuff. They know the things that we need to improve on, and it's easy to kind of see it and kind of shy away or make excuses. That's not this team. They don't, well, whatever. No, we don't run from it. We don't run from the issues. We don't run from the hard things we got to fix. And I think that showed this week. Once again, we got obviously a huge test next weekend, right? So it's going to be put to the test as it will be every week in all three phases, but proud of our defense, right? Because so many times it gets correlated to pass defense versus run defense. It's 11 dudes. It's 11 guys that love each other, that need to be on the same page consistently. If we give up a long pass, I'm sure maybe there was a defensive back that misplayed it, but where's the pressure? There's the disguise. There's a lot of pieces that come to. No different than stopping the run. It's not just on our front seven. Right? It's going to be all 11 guys involved in it. So long-winded answer to your question, Sean, but man, I'm proud of our guys just growing, right? Embracing the challenge. That's a good football team we played tonight. Embracing the challenge, and they played really well.
What can you say about this defensive line? I mean, it seemed like every time they dropped back, there was one or two guys in his face.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all night relentless.
Yeah, I mean, our coaches do a great job training. I mean, from Coach Frazier, Coach Miley, Coach Shenander, even our front seven with our linebackers involved. I mean, Coach Shenander, we know he'll bring it from anywhere, right? Which you love. That's a mentality, right? We are not going to let a quarterback sit there and play 7-on-7. We are not going to do that here. And that's built in. And now, that doesn't always mean blitz and six, right? It could mean four-man rush, max drop. But there's a mentality with our defensive front that our players have bought into, and they practice like that, right? They practice to create havoc on a quarterback. And even tonight, man, even if it wasn't sacks, that quarterback was getting hit, right? And I believe those things wear on a shot caller, man. You continue to hit him, he's not going to want to stand there all day. That's a human being you're playing, right? That's very few will want to do that down in and down out.
You mentioned Maddox was kind of in and out of practice this week. Was there anything from a game plan standpoint during the week that you guys had to kind of adjust because of his practice availability, or was it kind of a normal game plan with him?
It was normal game plan. I mean, Maddox is a warrior. And even going into the week, Monday, we knew how he was banged up and how we had to make sure he'd be ready for the game. But he looked me in the eye like, Coach, I'm playing, and we're letting it rip. Like, period, end of story. And it's our job as coaches, our training staff, to know, what situation we want to put him in. But we didn't hold anything back.
What's it like just to see Maddox take another step? I mean, he seems to be playing the best he ever has right now.
I mean, I think Maddox Madsen's one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Right? I mean, I've said that for a long time, and I think people believe that. If they don't, I tell them, please watch the film. Right? And just because he's maybe not 6'5" or this or what people think equals elite, Maddox Madsen's an elite quarterback and makes the right decision with the ball, can make all the throws. We put a ton on Maddox, from run game, pass game, checks. It's all on Maddox's shoulders, and he never flinches. Loves his team, comes to work every day with a smile on his face, ready to get better. And that's the heartbeat of our team.
Coach, you mentioned Ty Benefield. This is his third game of the season leading the team in tackles. What can you say about him just as a player in general, and what do you think he does specifically that makes him such a valuable addition to the defense? Yeah,
I mean, Ty Benefield is one of the best football players we've had here in my 9 years at Boise State. Any side of the ball, period, end of story. And one, because he has an NFL skill set, long, can run, fit yes, but he is an elite practice player, and that's what all the scouts, when we talk about him and I'm like, just watch him practice. Watch him practice. We go to a walkthrough. Ty Benefield makes every tackle in a walkthrough, right? No plays off, how he trains, how he practices. He lives in that film room because he loves his team and he wants to be the best safety in the country. And I think he's putting on film that he's definitely one of those guys. Watch the film. I mean, he's an elite football player, and he has a mentality with how he practices that is infectious with our team.
You touched on it, but what was the benefits and whose idea was it, and how did that change come to put Eric down on the field?
Yeah, me and Coach Chins talked earlier this week and just about our defense and some things that where we're at and where we need to grow from. And just like anything as a coach, right, we got to continue to find answers, right? And I'm not the guy that's going to point problems out. We're going to find answers. And not that Coach Shenander on the field is an answer to us being an elite defense. That's not. But I think making some change, right? Getting at the end of the day, he's called it from the field before. And I think in this day and age, more than ever, with iPads and some of those things, I think there's a lot of merit to having a coordinator on the field to be able to bring the juice, to make sure you can look a player in the eye if he's not doing what he's supposed to, or if he is, encourage him to go out and be his best the next series. So just like anything, our defense played really well tonight. It's not just because Coach Shenander was on the field, right? But did that have something to do with it? I think it had something. And I think at least our players knew what time it was. When we go take the field on defense, we want to be on the attack, and I'm proud of that showing up tonight.
I remember at some point in time asking Tubes last year about a young guy that caught his eye, and he brought up Bowen Phelps. And to get a compliment from Tubes, I feel like you got to be doing some things right.
No
right?
question.
So what was it like to see him get that moment, and he's made a big impact these last two games. How is he coming along?
Yeah, I mean, Bowen Phelps, comes in as a walk-on safety, and just his growth and development, and he's a redshirt sophomore, and his development over his time, I mean, he's skyrocketed here. I mean, now, guys, he's one of our best players on defense. That's not because he had a good pick tonight. Like, he's playing like that. And very similar in regards to Ty, in regards to how he practices. Every practice, we track our players with GPS to see how fast they're running their loads. And he's one of the top. He usually leads our team in practice load because of how hard he practices. And then he goes out there and plays extremely fast. Starts on 2 special teams, team first guy. I mean, I think Bowen Phelps' time here, I mean, people are going to continue to hear about Bowen Phelps. I mean, I think he's going to be not only an all-conference type guy, I think he's going to be one of the better ones we've had.
One of the takeaways that stands out to me after game one is you said you wanted your guys to play free. Whether it be how quick Ty's playing the game right now, or Jaden, or Brax, or anybody on offense these last few games. Have you seen them playing as free as you want in these last couple games?
I think just like anything, Jay, we got to continue to grow that, right? We've played 4 games. We're by no means a finished product. But when I watch our team tonight, and I've seen this grow since game 1, I believe our team is playing with uncommon effort, right? That's a non-negotiable for a championship team, right? Mentality. What is mentality? That's physically imposing your will every single play. But the only way to do that is that you've done the work. Tuesday, we call it Bloody Tuesday, right? That's our hard practice. Wednesdays, work day Wednesday. Thursdays, mentality Thursday, right? Like, you got to do that to earn the right to cut it loose on Saturday night. And that's what I think our team is growing in, that they've been practicing their tails off. And you're starting to see them play free. You can only play free if you know I'm confident in my preparation. And I think we're getting closer, right? Is there still a lot of meat on the bone? Shoot, I hope so. We played 4 games. But I'm seeing it grow. And there's a lot of joy on this team that I love to see, right? I film the sideline every week. And I know, and I even took a peek behind me a couple times. There's a lot of joy on our sideline, right? This is a hard game. It's hard to win. Got to enjoy your team, man. You got to enjoy playing for each other and playing in front of the best fan base in the country. Don't miss those moments.
It looked like there was a series in the first half on defense when Freeney and Johnson came in there at corner. What went into that decision in the first half?
Yeah, both Marion and Jeremiah play on special teams too, so we want to, and we got to continue to rotate guys. We got to make sure that our team's growing, and you're one play away from guys being a starter. So we just, Coach Demo does a good job rotating guys to make sure we keep our guys fresh and continue to build our roster.
With
Felt
the
like
scrutiny
you-
around.
John, go ahead.
It felt like you guys were attacking their strength with your game plan tonight. I mean, Sean already asked you about their pass offense, but they also had a top 10 rush defense, and you ran 44 times for 152 yards. Just what did you like about your game plan just overall tonight and the success you guys had with it?
Yeah, and we've talked before. I mean, offensively, running the football is what we do here. That's number one for us is establishing a run game, and that starts with our mentality. So it doesn't matter if we're playing someone who's ranked 130 whatever in rush defense or they're number one. We have to find a way to run the football. That's a DNA of our offense and a DNA of our football team, right? The number one thing on defense is stopping the run. And that's going to be no different who you play. So I'm proud of the game plan our guys had. Coach Potter and our offensive staff do a really good job attacking the defense. And then the end of the day, our players got to go make plays. And I think tonight we did. Once again, there's some plays that we want to have back and some things we got to fix. But they went out and cut it loose. And every week we got to find a way to establish a run game.
Especially with some of the scrutiny you guys been around the secondary this season, last season. How happy were you to see McCoy jump that route and get a pick six early on?
So proud of him, man. I mean, great play call from Coach Shenander. And I'm just proud of Amar on getting that one, right? And he played much better tonight, right? Our secondary as a whole played much better. Our defense, once again, it's not secondary versus the front, right? It's our defense played better tonight. And Amaron's a huge part of that. And even what I'm so proud of him too is even when we had the touchdown late in the second half, he didn't flinch. And there's been times in the past where when Amaron gets a pass caught on him, sometimes he's frustrated. It's hard for him to get back to it. He didn't. He never flinched. And he came out in the second half and played lights out. Lights out. I mean, they didn't get a yard passing the ball in the second half. Right? I'm proud of him, Warren, man. He's got a skill set he's an elite player as long as he's in that right mindset.
Just to think about the feeling on the flight back after South Florida to now, I mean, 3 wins in a row, and it seems like you're kind of clicking on all areas, at least tonight, kind of going into next week. I mean, what can you say about the turnaround the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, BJ, I mean, obviously the South Florida game still is frustrating, right? Still hurts my heart on how we played. And you got to learn and grow. Even if we found a way to beat South Florida, there'd still be a lot from that to learn and grow from. But I believe our team is learning and growing every week, and we need to, right? No different. We had a good win tonight. We're going to watch the film. There's going to be a lot of things on Monday when we meet with our players that we got to get fixed. But I love this staff. I love this group of guys, and I think we're going to keep growing, right? And obviously this next weekend, just like it is every week, we got to play our best to have a chance to win the game, right? And this next weekend, we got to play our best to have a chance to win too. We got some guys banged up, and if guys can't play, we had some guys out this game. We guys can't play, next man up. But BJ, your question, I appreciate you saying that because I'm proud of how the team's growing. And even though it was rough and you get punched in the mouth and you taste some blood, you're like, I don't feel good. And I think we're learning and growing from it.
I know every game here is special to you, but I don't know, just with the front porch of Vado, it just felt like a kind of a special atmosphere tonight, or a bit more than just about Boise State football. I don't know, did you get a chance to soak it in at all? And by the way, you've never been the head coach here without a sellout crowd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, Jay, I appreciate that question. Like, I don't ever want to take that for granted. You know what I mean? Like, I talk with so many head coaches about trying to get fans to the game, trying to have people buy into their season, and not here. I mean, this team, this community loves their football team, and I don't take that lightly. And I know our players don't either. And I talked to them pregame. My pregame speech was just, hey, there's 208 in the back of your helmet tonight. All right, that's got to mean something to you. And talk about the front porch of Idaho. I know the only reason I moved to Boise, Idaho is because I saw a game on the Blue. I saw a Fiesta Bowl. So I'm here. And then I fell in love with this community, the people, the city, the state. And I told our team, I mean, there's whatever it was, 32,000, whatever the fans were tonight. I mean, so many of those fans, a blue-collar community. I mean, there's people in the stands, they're saving up to make sure they can come watch the Broncos. And they maybe don't do a lot else because they're saving their money to come watch you play. What do you want them to see? You want to see a team that's kind of whatever, or you want to see a team that's freaking all in for their team, all in for their fan base? Choke me up being talking. Like, that's different. And I love this community, man. This community's home to me and my wife, our kids, and I know it's going to be home for our players even long after they're done. And we don't take that lightly.
One more.
Coach, you talked about improving in all 3 phases of the game so far, and obviously, big matchup next week. How do you guys improve in all 3 phases, ahead of a huge matchup?
Yeah. I mean, we're going to go through our process, right? I mean, no matter every team we play has an opportunity to beat us, and I believe we have an opportunity to beat them. So we got to have our best process this week just because you need to. It's game number 5. We got to keep growing. Haven't watched a ton of their film, did some preseason opponent scout, but obviously they played some games. They played really well tonight, and we're going to watch the film, and we got to find a way to play our best in a week. Thanks, guys.
That's good.